Hare Krishna Prabhuji and Mataji. So we'll start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashtaprayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavate Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki. Thank you so much, Prabhuji and Mataji, for joining today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. So we'll discuss today first canto, fifth chapter, 28th text. So let me share my screen. First canto, fifth chapter, 28th text. Please recite along with me while you are on mute. Ittam sarat pravisika vrutu Vrishunvato menu savam yasomalam Sankirtyamanam munibir mahatmabir Bhakti virtatmarajastamopaha Ittam sarat pravrisikau vrutir hare Vrishinvato menu savam yasomalam Sankirtyamanam munibir Bhakti pravrattatmarajastamopaha Ittam sarat pravrishika vrutur hare Vrishvinvato me nusavam yasomalam Sankirtyamanam munibhir mahatmabhir Bhakti pravrittatmarajastamopaha. What word meaning? Ittam, thus Sarat, autumn, Pravrikshaku, rainy season, Rutu, 2 seasons, Hare, of the Lord. Visrunvataha, continuously hearing, me, myself. Anusavam, constantly. Yasaha amalam, unadulterated glories. Sankirtyamanam, chanted by. Munivihi, the great sages. Mahatmabihi, great souls. Bhaktihi, devotional service. Pravritta, begin to flow. Atma, living being. Rajaha, mode of passion. Tama, mode of ignorance. Upaha, vanquishing. Translation and purport given by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So thus, translation, thus during 2 seasons, the rainy season and autumn, I had the opportunity to hear these great souled sages constantly chant the unadulterated glories of the Lord Hari. As the flow of my devotional service began, the coverings of the modes of passion and ignorance vanquished. Purport. Transcendental loving service for the Supreme Lord is the natural inclination of every living being. The instinct is dormant in everyone, but due to the association of material nature, the modes of passion and ignorance cover his form from time immemorial. If by the grace of the Lord and the great soul devotee of the Lord, a living being becomes fortunate enough to associate with the unadulterated devotee of the Lord and gets a chance to hear the unadulterated glories of the Lord, certainly the flow of devotional service takes place like the flow of river. As the river flows on until it reaches the sea. Similarly, pure devotional service flows by the association of pure devotees till it reaches the ultimate goal, namely transcendental love of God. Such a flow of devotional service cannot stop. On the contrary, it increases more and more without limitations. The flow of devotional service is so potent that any onlooker, any onlooker also becomes liberated from the influence of the modes of passion and ignorance. These two qualities of nature are thus removed, and the living being is liberated, being situated in this original position. So once again, thank you so much, Prabhuji and Matajis, for joining today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. So we'll discuss more about this. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनेति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So Narad Mahamuni is saying here, in the company of the sadhus, he got an opportunity to hear Harikatha almost for 4 months, Chaturmasya, right? So Chaturmasya, the autumn season and the rainy season, they are two months. So in India, generally we have 6 seasons, right? So 12 months are divided into 6 seasons in India. So the saintly persons during the autumn and the rainy season, they keep together, they do not move. So Narada Mahamuni got the opportunity. So every day, regularly, he used to hear Harikatha from these great sages, by which his heart becomes completely purified, and bhakti, devotional devotion manifested in him, which is a destroyer of the mode of passion and the ignorance. So first thing, he got the mercy of the sadhus and their service. So then he got the opportunity to accept the remnants, that is prasad of the sadhus, by which all his anarthas, the unwanted things of the hearts, are destroyed. Now the anarthas removed, but the main our principle is the misconception of the self. We'll try to identify ourself, right? Self as the body. So we forget ourselves, and thinking that I am husband of such and such, I am wife of such and such, and then I'm an Indian, I'm a Brahmana, I'm an engineer, I'm an American. So like that, no, I'm black, I'm white, I'm rich, I'm poor, like that. We treat ourselves with I and me, right? As long as we have got these material concepts and these are material designations, then our activities will be, what will happen? Our activity will be direct towards fulfilling those material responsibilities only. But when there is anartha nivritti happen, so everything, we are freed from the from these material designations actually. So when we actually free from these material designations, then our actual bhakti, the ruchi for the bhakti starts. So we have 9 stages in devotional service, right? So that is Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nirvriti, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, and Prema. So through association of Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya happens, and after that, our Anarthas Nivriti. Anartha Nivriti will happen, and then Nishtha, strong faith will, and then Ruchi, Krishna is our protector, and everything will depend on Krishna, and then Ruchi starts after that. Prema is the highest level. So, but all this devotional service starts from hearing actually. So, Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. So, it starts from hearing. So, Narada Muni heard from the great sages. So, now, in this material world, we are attached, with the material things. But at the same time, we got attachment to the Krishna Katha. So, whenever we get when we get the attachment for Krishna Katha, so wherever there is a Krishna Katha, we want to run because we have got that attachment to Krishna. So that happens by taste only. When we develop the taste, then so we will pay more attention towards Krishna Katha than the material attachments. It's a gradual progress. So within a day or two, so these all are not possible. So it's a gradual progress. That's why Prabhupada is saying here, transcendental loving service for the, in the purport, Prabhupada saying, transcendental loving service for the Supreme Lord is is the natural inclination of every living being. So Prabhupada is explaining. So it's a natural inclination of every living being. However, we are now covered by the modes of material nature. The modes of material nature, three gunas, right? Sattva guna, Rajaguna, Tamaguna. So mukti means actually to get out of this entanglement of three gunas. That is called mukti. So one, who is under the material energy. So one who is under the material energy, they are entangled with these three gunas. Sattva-guna, Rajaguna, Tamaguna. The topmost is Sattva-guna. Even though if we are in the Sattva-guna, the perfect Brahmana, there is also a bondage is there. Still there is a bondage. Because in bondage, because in that way, even if we become a Brahmana, we'll think that I got so much of knowledge, I got Vedic knowledge, I speak truth, I know I speak Satyam, and then I control my senses, I can control my mind, I have got knowledge, I can tolerate everything. I will feel like I can do. So that is also a kind of bondage only. So right, all these qualities one becomes bound up. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaching us, he says, I am not a Brahmana, I am not a Kshatriya, I am not a Vaishya, even I am not a Shudra. He says, Dasa, Dasanu Dasa. I am saying, I am Dasanu Dasa. So, even though if you become a Brahmana, still that is a Upadhi. Prabhupada says that is a Upadhi. So, that is nothing but designation. So, whatever material positions we are, those all are designations. Those are, in terms of the material things. That is not a spiritual platform. So although there is a bondage in the Sattva-guna, but with the Sattva-guna, people will go to higher planetary systems. But even the higher planetary systems, Krishna says, Abrahma bhuvanala loka punaravartina arjuna mamu petyatu kaunteya punarjanma na vidyati. So Krishna saying in the Bhagavad Gita, so even though if you reach topmost loka, that is still material, and there is death is still there. So Janma Mruti, Jara Vyadi, still it is there. But Krishna is saying, if you come to my place, then you are no more under the laws of birth, death, old age, and disease. Tattva deham punarjanma naiti mameti, so Arjuna. So if we have to cross this birth, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi, only the method is Bhakti Yoga. So the aim which will fulfill to get rid of Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi, this cycle of material life, is only through Bhakti Yoga. Same thing is mentioned in this sloka also. Bhakti pravrittatma rajas tamo paha. So as long as one is situated in the modes of passion and ignorance, there is no hope. So there is not at all hope we can get rid of this. But when one comes to the platform of Sattva Guna, so there is a little hope, because Sattva Guna Brahmanas, they will realize automatically, after birth or after, they will get an opportunity to realize the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Bhakti Yoga is above actually. So Bhakti Yoga is above of the Sattva Guna, because Sattva Guna has mode of ignorance also, there is a bondage. But the Sattva Guna mode of ignorance, you can become, in the Sattva Guna, we can become a nice Brahmana. But by simply becoming a nice Brahmana, it is not enough. So we are not free from the material bondage. We have to become pure devotee, pure Vaishnava. So Vaishnava is Suddha Sattva. So we require, we can achieve this by using Bhakti only. So by using Bhakti process only. So whenever this Bhakti process starts, pure devotion starts, immediately all the miseries will go away. So when one is situated from, even in the beginning, the Rajaguna and Tamogunas will go away. So we see, we know the six characteristics of a pure devotional service. First is Klesagni. This provides immediate relief from all kind of material distress. And last one is Krishna Karshani. So pure devotional service even attracts Krishna. So we have others, but as per this sloka, so we have to understand Klesagni. It provides immediate relief from all kinds of material distresses. So, in the hearing importance, we heard yesterday from the Gopikant Prabhuji wonderfully. So daily we are chanting this mantra before Srimad Bhagavatam starting. So Sutta Goswami said, Nasta prayesu abhadresu nityam bhagavata sevaya. So by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam every day, our anarthas will remove. So same thing is explained in this sloka also, in this text also by Narada Mahamuni. Sankirtyamana Munivir Mahatma Bihi. So Sankirtyamana, we have to hear Sankirtana not from professional men. So the professional men, because they make Sankirtana to fulfill their desire, so to fulfill their stomach, to for their livelihoods, um, um, they will preach or they will do sankirtana. But we should not take association for from such persons. Otherwise, if you go them, simple example is like the cigarette seller is there. Okay, cigarette seller knows the impact of if a young boy goes to the shop to purchase a cigarette, but the shop owner, cigarette seller, he knows the impact of the cigarette, what damage it will happen to the boy. He is unknown. Even though the shop person, what he will do, so he will sell that cigarette even though it damages the boy health. He will sell it because he wants profit. With that profit he will survive his livelihood. So he will not think whether it is a good for that person or not, good for that young boy or not. He will sell it even though it is good or bad. I mean, even though it is bad. So that, like that, if we go to a professional person to understand the tattva, to understand the Krishna, our life will be spoiled. So we can hear, even though if we hear from millions of years, then we will still remain in this material world. It is not possible to overcome this rajaguna and tamaguna. Therefore, here it is Narad Mahamani is clearly explained. Therefore, we have to hear from the Mahatmanas. Sankirtyamana Munibhir Mahatmabhihi. We have to hear from the Mahatmas. So, Mahatmas nowadays, we see some political leaders are also called as Mahatmas, right? So, but Mahatma is actually mentioned by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. So, Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritim asritaha bhajante ananya manaso gnatva bhutadim avyayam bhajante anyanya manaso. So qualifications are, quality who is Mahatma is described in the scriptures. Bhajante ananya manaso. So the pure devotees of the Lord are called as Mahatmas. So Mahatmas are not interested with this material world. So they are not under the influence of external energy. They are influence of Krishna's energy. So so Mahatmas, they are not interested in these political, social, and other material things. They are only interested with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So we know there are two prakritis, right? Two natures, internal nature and external nature. So internal nature is spiritual energy, external nature is the material energy. So these Mahatmas, they are not under the material energy. They are under the spiritual energy. So simply, these Mahatmas, they are interested with Krishna. So just like, the Haridas Thakura. So Haridas Thakura, he was completely chanting, chanting, chanting. And the followers and preaching. Followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the same thing in the Narada Mahamuni also here, he is explaining in his previous life, he heard from these Mahatmas, the great devotees, only for 4 months. Then result was, what happened? So result, anartha nivritti happened, and then he got the Krishna, the glories of the Krishna Amalam without any spot. So he got the pure message. The pure message will come only through parampara systems. It's not, if you do not follow parampara system, then we will lack of that purity. So other speakers, they will add on their own opinions. They will subtract according to their mood and according to satisfy or according to entertain the people in general. So in order to get out of this blazing fire of material existence, So, which is combination of Raja, Tama, Guna. One has to take the devotional service that can be achieved only by the hearing from Mahatmas, Munibir, Mahatma Bihi. So, the small example. So, if you see Haridas Thakura and a prostitute, so prostitute went to Haridas Thakura to spoil his devotional, so to disturb his devotional service. But Haridas Thakura is so strong and he did not disturbed by seeing the material beauty of that prostitute because he is in the transcendental state. So he did not disturbed, but he did not argued with that prostitute. He accepted prostitute's opinion and he asked the prostitute to wait until his meditation or japa finishes. So Haridas Thakur was keep on chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Keep on chanting. Haridas Thakur did not give any time to prostitute. So that prostitute continuously heard Hari Nam, Hare Krishna Mahamantra for 3 days. And after 3 days, the prostitute become a devotee. So as soon as bhakti is accepted, if you see the prostitute become a devotee, so there is no qualification. It is mentioned last Prabhupada in this the flow of devotional service is so potent. The flow of devotional service is so potent that any onlooker also become liberated from the influence of modes of passion and ignorance. That is the power of hearing. So if we continuously hear, we will get change in ourselves. So our anarthas will be automatically removed. But we have to hear from the persons, Mahatmas. As soon as bhakti is accepted, so our soul become free from the influence of Rajas, Tamas. Rajas, Tamas is nothing but means lust and desire. So if we are entangled in Rajas, Tamas, then we will be influenced by the lusty desires, kama and labha. The lusty desires will never be satisfied. So they are unlimited desires. They will not be never be satisfied. We want more. So that is greedy, labha, lusty desire, and so these all never be satisfied. So Narad Mahamuni clearly saying here, simply by hearing from the realized soul, Munibhir, Atmabhi, for the 4 months during stay in the Chaturmasya period, gradually he developed Krishna consciousness. Then began devotional service. So that is a process. We have to hear. So there is no alternative. So the actual taste of the holy name does not develop very easily. So it's a gradual progress. So the taste of the holy name is developed in the heart by the association of the sadhus, then all the unwanted desires are finished. So once all the unwanted desires are finished, then the Nishta starts, form faith in Krishna. So Krishna is my protector. He is my all in all. Nobody is mine. Only Krishna is mine. That kind of strong faith will develop within us. So that is nothing but Nishta. And then once Nishta develops, then we'll start attachments. Ruchi. So Ruchi, then after Nishta, Ruchi will start. We'll feel the taste. So now, as many as rounds we do, we'll not feel taste, because if the still anarthas are there, then it is very difficult to feel the taste. So if we are more attached to the material things, then taste will not come. So we need to have continuous strong faith, Nishta, and then anartha nivritti happens, then only this ruchi will start. So once we have the taste, then with the inclination, one will hear the Krishna. Then by the listening of the Krishna Katha constantly, what will happen? Asakti, that attachment will happen, and then the prema will start. So we have various levels, even Anantarivurti, Bhajana Kriya, Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema. There are various levels. It's a gradual progress. The topmost is Prema. These all starts from hearing only. Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. So in the 9 devotional processes, the first most is Sravanam. So we have to hear. Here from the um, Mahatmas, that's what Narada Mahamuni is explaining to Vyasadeva in this text. He is giving his personal example so that we all can learn and follow in the footsteps of Narada Mahamuni. So I would like to stop here. Thank you so much, Gopi Prabhu, for giving me this opportunity. So if any questions, we can take it.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please open up if there are any questions or reflections. If there are no questions, let's thank His Grace Bhima Prabhu for delivering a nice Bhagavatam class today morning by chanting 3 times Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Haribol.
Let's offer our prayers to Lord Narasimha for the protection of our congregation and entire world. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jalantam Sarvatomukham Narasimham Bhishanam Bhatram Mutyurnamamyaham. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jalantam Sarvatomukham Narasimham Bhishanam Bhatram Mutyurnamamyaham. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jalantam Sarvatomukham Narasimham Bhishanam Bhatram Mutyurnamamyaham. Narasimha Bhagavan ki jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. We will have a special discourse today by His Grace Ananda Chaitanya Prabhu from Hungary in the evening 7 p.m. at our center, encouraging everyone to come. Dinner prasadam will be served at the end of the program. Requesting everyone adjust your schedules and come and take in-person association. With that, we'll conclude for the session. We wish you a very, very happy Krishna conscious day ahead. Outside, a lot of snow is there. Lot of ice is also formed. Please be careful while walking, while driving, for your household activities.
Gopishan Prabhu, is there any possibility in the evening also open the Zoom? Maybe few people, if they're unable to come, any issues and all. In person is always best, so that we'll get more reflections and all. But if is there any
Maybe
possibility?
we will do YouTube live, not Zoom.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, yeah, but everyone try to come online, come in person, not online. Maybe you may get recorded session later. You may not get in the same time.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but we want to encourage everyone to come in person in these special programs. We are doing anyway. Many of them are online. We want to have some sessions in person with some special guests. So I encourage everyone to come. But yeah, we'll have a recorded session later. Also, yeah, let's offer our prayers to all assembled Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpatarobhyascha kripa sindhu bhevacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Vaishnavvrunda ki jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. भगवान श्री कृष्ण परमात्मा की जय. अमल पुराणम श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय. गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. We'll see you tomorrow morning 6:30 a.m. Srimad Bhagavatam class. Hare Krishna.